Now watch this if you're at the beginning of your content creation journey and you're wondering which graphic app is the best, especially as a beginner, between Canva and Adobe. Don't worry, I'm here for you. And the good thing about this video is that it is unsponsored. Is that a good thing? I don't think so. But anyways, I'm going to give you an unbiased review of these two apps, and then you decide which one you want among the two of them. But first of all, we're going to be comparing the two user interface. Now, both apps' user interface is beginner friendly. However, Canva seems more refined, and it makes sense because Canva has been in the game longer than Adobe Express. But other than that, I don't see any problem with both apps' UI. Now let's compare the free version of both apps. You know I like free things. Now you can export a transparent background, a PNG file, and even a 1080p video on Adobe in the free version. But on Canva, you cannot do any of this in the free version, so Adobe wins this round. Adobe basically has more free tools available than Canva. On Adobe, you can also remove background of your pictures or thumbnail or whatever you're trying to design, but on Canva, you cannot do that in the free version. Honestly, it makes sense because Canva used to be free for the most part when it started, but now it's a seasoned app, so of course they need to be getting their coins. But either way, Adobe wins this round. Although Adobe has more free tools available, Canva has more tools in general, especially AI powered tools. We know now that AI is the rave, it's the talk, it's the zap, and Canva is no different. They have different AI features, they have the magic remover, they have the text to image, they have so many tools that you can use now that'll make designing super easy for you. They also have more usable templates. Sometimes you just don't want to think, let's be honest. Sometimes ideas are not coming, but when you go to Canva, you can just simply edit some of the templates there and you're good to go. But Adobe, on the other hand, does not really have that many usable templates, especially if you're a YouTuber or you make Instagram posts. Most of their templates are kind of artsy or geeky, although it makes sense because the app is for graphic designers and they tend to be really artsy. But if you're a content creator, it's not, you, especially as a YouTuber, you know it's not really all about the art. You just have to make thumbnails that people are willing to click in, and sometimes it's not really the most artsy kind of thumbnail. It just has to be legible, it has to be bright, it has to portray the image you want it to portray. Basically, if you're a beginner graphics designer or your field is just for graphics design, you're not really a content creator, then Adobe is the right app for you. But if you are a content creator, a content creator is not necessarily a graphic designer, but we just need to learn a bit of graphic designing or do a bit of graphic designing because you have to promote your brand. So if that is you, then Canva is the right one, because look, we just have to make life easier for ourselves, okay? And Canva just does it for us, but not for the graphic designers. So if you're a graphic designer or someone that wants to look into graphic designing, then Adobe could be the one for you. Canva also has many other apps integrated into it. We have Cartoonify, we have DALL-E, we have Pixel, so many, actually, like so many, and Adobe doesn't have this. But it makes sense because Adobe has its own, you know, creative cloud with these apps. So if you have Adobe Creative Cloud, then you don't really need all these other apps I've mentioned, because Adobe kind of has every app for different things you need. If you're a video editor, if you're an image editor, so it makes sense why they're not integrated with other apps, because they already have their own. So Canva is more flexible. If you think Android, you think Canva, and if you think iPhone, you think Adobe, because Adobe is more exclusive and Canva is more flexible. So Canva wins this round. Now let's compare the price of both apps, especially if you want to, you know, graduate from the free version to the pro version. Now with Canva, the monthly subscription is approximately €12 per month for an individual. But if you want to pay yearly, it's €10 cheaper, so you'll be paying €110 yearly. And if you're a team, it is even cheaper. If you have a team of 5, you'll be paying €24 monthly. That is like approximately €4.80 per individual.
Oh my god,
how cheap can that be? And guess what, it's even cheaper if you pay yearly. So if you pay yearly, you'll be paying €240 yearly. That's like €48 in a year per individual.
Wow.
So we're going to go from 110 euros per year to 48 euros per year if like 5 people come together and decide to pay it together, like as a team. And I think that's incredibly affordable. Now Adobe, on the other hand, you pay almost the same thing. It's 12.09 euro per month. But if you decide to pay for a plan for 2 or more people in a team, each person will be paying 6.49 euro in a month, which is half the price. Now Canva is way cheaper for both individuals and teams, and it's even cheaper if you decide to pay yearly instead of monthly. And for this reason, Canva wins this round. Now the good thing about Adobe's pricing for a team is that you don't have to be up to 5, you just have to be 2 or more, unlike Canva. Now based on all these factors and comparison, I would say the winner is Canva, no doubt. No doubt, like undefeated and unmatched. So like I said before, if you're a content creator, Canva would be the best one for you between these two. But if you're a graphic designer, not a content creator, if you're a graphics designer, then I think you can look towards Adobe. But both apps are good, and if you know what you're doing, you can make both apps work. Now the last time I did CapCut and InShot, now we've done Canva and Adobe. Comment below which other apps you want me to compare, and I would see you in my next video. Bye.